welcome. Today's practice is a Mandala Vinyasa, which means you get to use both ends of the mat continuously in a circle and a semicircle. It's quite a high energy practice and it will leave you feeling fantastic. So enjoy. Come to mountain pose. Draw the heels underneath the hips, spread the toes. A little softness in the knees if you like. Draw the tailbone down, tuck the abdominal muscles in, soften the shoulders. Palms facing out. Close the eyes, lift the chin. Just taking 3 or 4 breaths here. Through the nose and out the nose. Keep the eyes closed. Inhale through the nose, the tummy expands, the ribs expand. On the exhale, the tummy comes in and you release that air. Couple more breaths. So we're settling the mind. We're straddling the nervous system. We're calming that nervous system. And then let's inhale through the nose and a lovely long exhale out the mouth. Inhale. Releasing, surrendering, all that good stuff. Wonderful. Keeping the eyes closed, just start to circle the head, working into the neck muscles. So you lift the chin, inhale, look up to the sky. Eyes closed though. And just make a circle with the neck and then go the other way. Just warm up those neck muscles. Stopping and pausing in any tight spots. Maybe breathe into the tight spot, inhale and exhale. Just lengthening the muscles, deepening the stretch. Take your time. Don't rush this. And then come back to center, open the eyes and just do a couple of shoulder rolls. Inhale, lift, exhale, release. So we inhale, draw them up to the shoulders up to the sky. We exhale, we release, maybe a little squeeze of the shoulder blades. Keep the core nice and stable, centered. Couple more. Perfect. Let's come into a hand move, a yoni move. So bring the hands together and then drop the hands and bring your hands out into a triangle. So the tips of the thumbs and the 4 fingers are touching, making a triangle. Mudras, that your hands have so much energy when they're apart, it's normal energy. When you bring them together, they have really powerful energetic effects. So just think about that when you're in your mudra, if that helps motivate you. Okay, so we're going to draw the hands together and we're going to just inhale, then exhale, sweep the hands up, and then inhale, sweep the hands towards you, exhale, sweep the hands up. So inhale, Samana Vayu, which is inward energy, exhale, Vyana Vayu, outward energy. So I'll come to the side. So you might want to bend the knees on the inhale. Inhale, exhale, lengthen and lift. Imagine it's an elephant's trunk if that helps. Inhale, exhale, being as expressive as you like. Inhale, drawing in. Exhale, sweeping up. A couple more. Drop the chin on the inhale, lift the chin on the exhale. One more. Wonderful. Just come back to standing. Place the palms together. Maybe close the eyes. Just take a couple of breaths. Just gather your momentum as we move into the practice. So calming the mind. Arriving on your mat, as they say. Okay, gently open the eyes. We're going to move through a moon salutation. Chandra Namaskar. So coming to the top of the mat. Heels underneath the hips. Draw the hands to the lower back, fingertips facing up, heels down towards the lower back. Okay, so squeeze those elbows together. And if there's anything going on with the wrist, just frame your waist. If not, fingertips up towards the sky. Looking straight ahead. Okay, check those knees aren't rolling in towards each other. Check that the toes aren't coming out. Okay, and look straight ahead. Now inhale, lift. Lift the chin, pop the pelvis forward. Feel the lower back opening and lengthening. Exhale, forward fold. Okay, so pivoting from the hips, you might have a little bend in the knees. Take the hands down the backs of the legs. You can give your legs a bit of a massage if you like. If not, just swipe them down to the floor. Release the head, and then we're just coming back up again. So we're keeping in the flow. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Release into that forward fold. Head is heavy. Let's inhale one more. So coiling in. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Shoulders up. Forward fold. All the way down. Okay, bringing that tummy down to the thighs. A little bend in the knees if you need to. I certainly do. Relax the head, top of the head facing the floor. Okay, let's come into a halfway lift just to open the backs of the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring the hands to the shins or the thighs. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Keeping those hips high, feeling those glutes and hamstrings just starting to open. Inhale, halfway lift. One more. Open the heart, flat spine. Exhale, forward fold. Wonderful. Okay, take the feet to the back of the mat into plank. So shoulders above wrists. Draw the heels to the back of the mat. Okay, so make sure your bottom's not sticking up or dipping. And then look down in between the mats. Your drishti is in between your hands. Pop your knees down. Okay, so hips are further forward than the knees. Keep the elbows tucked towards the ribs. And just moving through our restorative Chaturanga. So we bring the chest down. We draw the chest down, tummy down, and tuck the toes, moving through to cobra or upward dog. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes. Keep the knees on the floor. Pop the hips back and then just gently move into your first downward dog. There we go. So you're in your downward dog. Heels off the floor to begin with. Set your feet in your hands. Middle finger facing forward. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. And then lower the heels. If you like a little walk of the heels, so lifting the heels up and down, go for it. Coming back to the breath. Okay, one more breath. Okay, let's lift the right leg off the floor. Just lift it gently off the floor. Inhale and exhale, sweep through in between the hands. There we go, nice long big step, or nudge the foot forward. Pop the left knee down. Okay, looking forward, come onto the fingertips, okay, and then sweep the hands up to the sky and all the way around, and place the hands on the lower back again, as we did in standing. Okay, squeeze those elbows together. Inhale, look up. Lift the chin, soften the shoulders. Inhale, 1. We'll just do a couple of breaths here. Inhale, 2. Okay, drawing the hands down to the floor. Now this is where we move to the back of the mat. So the toes are tucked on the left foot. You should take the left knee off the floor. Now you're going to take your hands along the long side of the mat. So you're going to bring your right foot in. And we call this the low pathway as we move from the top to the bottom of the mat, keeping the hands on the floor. You might be able to forward fold into this. You might just want to stay high, depending on your glutes, hamstrings. But we sweep the hands to the back of the mat, left foot forward, right foot down. Come on to the fingertips, look forward and sweep up. Inhale. Sweep the hands around. Hands to lower back. Soften the shoulders, look up, lift the chin, square the hips. Just feel a beautiful opening down the whole front plane of the body. One more breath. Okay, release the hands to the floor. Left foot comes back to right into your plank. And again, pop the knees down, working through your restorative Chaturanga. So keep the elbows tucked, lower, lift through, upward dog, cobra, your choice. And exhale, downward dog. Wonderful. So we're doing a full mandala for our Chandra Namaskar, which you will understand, it will unfold, okay? Just because we really need to warm the body up. Okay, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, sweep through in between the hands. Pop the left knee down. Look forward, sweep the hands up and keep the hands high. Okay, looking up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, hands down to the earth. And then we're going to come through the lower pathway again, but the other side of the mat. So you get to the nice rear view of me. I do apologize. Okay, so we sweep the hands across and back to the top of the mat. Hands come down to the earth and we come straight into plank. Okay, left foot back to right. Look down to the earth. Draw in the abdominal muscles and lower gently all the way to the floor. Wonderful. Now we're just going to take a couple of breaths in a pranam on the floor. So forehead to the hands, or you can place your hands together in prayer, placing the forehead on the floor and the hands above the head. Couple of breaths here. Okay, lifting the head, hands underneath the shoulders. We got to go the other way around the mat now. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, so keep those heels high, lift the hips. Draw the thighs to the back of the room. Push down through the four corners of the body, which I take as my little fingers and my little toes. Draw down through the outside of the body. Neck is long. Wonderful. Okay, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, sweep through. If your leg stops halfway, just nudge it to the top of the mat. Pop the right knee down. Fingertips, sweep up. Bring the hands up to the sky. Now, options here to keep the hands straight, or you might just want to bend the elbows. And lift chin, just taking a little further into the back bend. Couple of breaths. So arms straight if that's suitable. But if you're back, if not, just bend the arms. One more breath. Exhale. Hands come down to the floor. Low pathway. So we're going to the back of the mat. Lift the hips. Take the toes, the feet to the back of the mat. Okay, left knee on the floor. Look forward. Inhale, sweep up again. Hands to the sky. Or just bend those elbows. Okay. Try and keep the hips square to the top of the mat. Push through that right foot. Lifting. Maybe draw the hands towards the back of the mat. And then exhale, hands come down to the floor. And we take the right foot back to left into our plank. Okay, restorative Chaturanga. Pop the knees down. Chest down. Upward dog, inhale, exhale, tuck those toes, pop the hips back, move into your downward dog. Couple of breaths, inhale 1. Close the eyes if you can. Inhale 2. Okay, lift that left leg to the back of the mat. Sweep through in between the hands. Pop the right knee down. Look forward. Inhale, sweep those hands up. Yes, enjoy, stretch, lengthen. Bend the elbows if you'd like to. One more. One more breath, I should say. And exhale, hands down to the floor. Low pathway. Okay, lift that right knee off the floor. Take the toes, the feet to face the top of the mat. So sweep the hands all the way across the floor, facing the top of the mat. Hands come down to the floor. Right foot comes back to left into your plank, and we'll lower to the floor again. Wonderful. Okay, just a couple of breaths here. Forehead on top of hands, or hands together, forehead on the floor. Okay, inhale, upward dog. Squeeze those elbows. Okay, make sure they're not flaring out to the side. Look down to the earth. Upward dog. And then tuck the toes. Downward dog. Lowering the heels. Think about lifting the kneecaps as you lower the heels. Wonderful. Keep the hands and the feet wide. Okay, make sure they're not coming together. You want to keep the hips and the shoulders open. Now, I'd like you to take your feet to the top of the mat so you can hop, you can step, you can jump, whatever's good for you. Coming through to the top of the mat. Wonderful. Staying in a forward fold. So, do what feels good for you here. Take hold of the elbows. You might want a little sway from side to side. You might want to take the hands behind the calves. Show you here. And just draw your forearms into your calves to lift your hips. Okay, just take 2 or 3 breaths here. I want you to feel like your backs of the legs, the back of the body is opening. So just lift the hips. Draw the tummy down to the thighs. Exhale. Open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Okay, wonderful. Coming up to standing, so just sweep the hands up the front of the body, all the way up into your mountain pose. Arriving in mountain, just close the eyes. Stretch the fingers down towards the earth and breathe. Already feeling that beautiful energy moving around the body. Open the eyes. We're coming into another mudra, a Ganeshi mudra. Okay, so I'd like you to clasp your fingers and clasp. Okay, you might want to do right hand on top or left hand on top. Do what feels comfortable. Okay, you'll work it out. Okay, I like right hand on top. Okay, this is a little practice of what we do here before we come into using this within our asana. The hands are soft. Okay, you're not clenching. We're just going to inhale. And as we exhale, I want you to pull the hands together like you're trying to pull your hands apart. Your elbows are coming away from each other. Inhale, release. Exhale. Exhale, pull them apart. This is really good exercise to do before a meditation. Inhale. Exhale. Stress relief mudra, it lifts spirits. So keeping your hands where they are, let's move into chair pose. Okay, so a nice soft hold of the fingers. Pop the hips back, draw the lower ribs in, look forward. Now I want you to inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower the hips and pull the hands. Inhale, soften the grip. Exhale, draw the elbows apart, hips back. One more. Inhale, exhale, pull those elbows apart. Wonderful. Okay, release the hands and sweep up into chair pose. Okay, so just check that you're at the top of the mat. Looking up to your hands, you've got a couple of options here. You can go lower. Okay, and just take the gaze to the floor or straight ahead, or you can come higher if you're wanting a more solar practice. Just concentrate on drawing the lower ribs in and the tailbone down so you're not arching at the back. Pop the hips back. You should be able to see your toes. Okay. Sweep the hands down to the floor. All the way down. Step back to plank. Wonderful. Okay. In your plank, you're nice and strong, shoulders above wrists, heels to the back of the mat. I'd like you to inhale, draw the heels towards you, look down to your toes. Exhale, look forward. And again. Feeling through the upper back. Exhale, feet come away. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Look down to the earth. Pop the knees down. Whew. Okay, moving through our Chaturanga. Keep the elbows tucked. Sweeping through up to upward dog. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. 2 or 3 breaths here. One more breath. Okay, inhale, right leg lifts to 3-legged dog. So we keep that right hip in line with the left hip here. Right foot, imagine there's a wall at the back of the mat and you're trying to stand on it. You will feel the back of the left leg opening. Okay, now look forward and sweep that right foot through in between the hands. Just adjust yourself. Make sure that that left foot is as far as back as possible, okay? You want to try and get that left leg nice and straight and your right leg at a right angle. Okay, if you've got a couple of blocks here, you might want to use them to lift yourself off the floor. If not, come onto your fists or your fingers. I like fists, but it's your choice. Okay, again, we're drawing the energy in and pushing the energy out. So let's inhale, push through the fist, look down to the left foot. Exhale, look forward. That's it. We're going to do one more, but as we exhale out of the mouth. So we inhale, coil in. Exhale out of the mouth and look forward. Feeling good. Come onto the fingertips. Coming through to high crescent lunge. Inhale. High crescent lunge. Lift, enjoy. That's it. Okay. So the hands are up, coming up to the sky. You're squaring your shoulders and your hips to the top of the mat. Now we're just doing a little lift here. I want you to inhale, lift up. Left heel's coming towards you. Exhale, left heel comes away and you lower. Little movement. 2 more. Nice strong core. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, this time we're going to inhale, lift. And now we're going to come through the high pathway. Exhale, extend that left heel away. I want you to take your left hand, sweep it down, and we're going to head to the back of the mat. Okay, so you sweep that left hand down. We turn our feet. We look to the back of the mat. The right hand goes away, sweeps down, and then we come back into high crescent lunge. Back of the mat, and then we do it all again. Okay, so we inhale, lift that right heel towards you. Exhale, draw it away. See if you can go a little lower the next time. Inhale. Exhale, extending but keeping that spine nice and straight. 1 more. Okay, hands come down to the earth. Left foot back to right into your plank. Wonderful. Okay. Drawing the energy in again. Let's inhale, look down to the toes, heels come towards you. Exhale, look forward. 1 more, but exhale out of the mouth. Inhale, coiling in. Exhale, looking forward. Pop the gaze down to the floor, pop the knees down, and work through your restorative Chaturanga. Chest comes down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Come through to child's pose if you want to at any point. Just a couple of breaths here. So before we did a full mandala all the way around the mat, this time we're going to do a half mandala. Okay, so this means we take the left foot up into the sky again. Inhale, exhale, sweep through in between the hands. Wonderful. Coming back through to our high lunge. Inhale. We're just going to take one breath here though. So we're just going to inhale, lift the hands forward, up, look up, inhale. On the exhale, sweep that right hand down. We're coming to the top of the mat, still on the exhale. Switch the hips to the front of the mat. Draw the hands up to the sky and inhale again. Inhale. Exhale, hands come all the way down to the earth. Right foot back to left into your plank and lower gently to the floor. Wonderful. Untuck the toes. Forehead on top of hands. Couple of breaths. Soften the belly, the hips, maybe a wiggle of the bottom. Relax the neck. And breathe. Okay. Draw the hands underneath the shoulders. Okay, inhale, upward dog. Exhale. Moving through to our downward dog. Okay, so we're going to move through to the core cultivation part of the practice, where we fire up the abdominal muscles. This, we do this before we come into the middle vinyasa. You know, it's our core muscles, they support our spine, they give us strength. We need to warm them up before we move into the main part of the practice. You know, just gives us a head start, as it were. Okay, you're in your downward dog. Look forward. I'd like you to hop through to sitting. So bend the knees, pop the hips back, and then come down through to sitting, seated. Cross your legs. That works for you. Okay, now just bring the heels in front of you, bend the knees, and come onto your back. So we're just doing a bit of core activation here. Just fiddle with the mic. Okay. So draw the heels towards you, towards your glutes, your bottom, hands on the floor. Now we're going to draw the knees up towards you, taking the feet off. Just want you to lift your hips off the floor and take your feet up further towards the sky. Inhale and exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale, really using the front muscles. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Next is to inhale, lift the hips. Exhale. Pose. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lift the chest off the floor. Come up, bend the knees. Bring the hands out in front of you, palms facing in. Look forward, chest coming forward. Don't round the upper back. Wonderful. Okay, we've got 4 more of those. We're going to come back down. Wait, lift the hips from the core and then back into boat pose. 2, 3 more. Smile, lift. You don't need to straighten the legs, bend the legs, bring the knees further towards you or lower the feet if you're shaking or you just need to take the pressure off. Inhale, lift. Exhale, boat. 1 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, boat pose. A couple of breaths here. Don't sink, hold, be strong. Okay, release. Come onto your back and draw your knees into your chest. Soften the shoulders. There you go. Your abdominal muscles are now live and kicking. Raring to go. She says, laughing. Okay. Okay, so I'd like you to roll up now to a forward fold, standing forward fold. So we take our hands down to the earth, a little bit of lifting the hips up and down off the floor, give yourself a bit of a head start, and then we inhale, lift, exhale, come forward, forward fold, tummy to thighs, lift the hips. Feet can be together or hip width apart. I just want you to hold in your forward fold, really working into the backs of the legs. Lift the hips, inhale, exhale. Forward fold. Use the breath. Inhale, lift, exhale, stretch. Okay, now we're going to move into our chair pose via my ski pose, ski jump pose. You take your hands behind you, palms facing in, and now inhale, sweep up into chair. Oh, that's a little wiggle of the hips, just a nice little adjustment. Pop the hips back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, looking up. Okay, I want you to inhale. Exhale, palms facing down, just sweep the hands down to the earth and back. Now inhale, sweep the palms, turn the palms so they're facing up. Inhale, you're lifting. Exhale, draw the palms down. There's momentum in this. So we inhale, we're doing something. We're not just swinging our arms up and down. We're lifting our energy up. And exhale, sweeping the energy down. One more. Inhale, big lift, drawing all that goodness up. And then exhale, we're just letting it go. Come back through into chair pose. Take the hands behind you, draw the hands together down your lower back. Just check that your hips are still back, your knees are still bent, so you're not standing. Okay, you're still in your chair pose. Look straight ahead. Inhale, draw the hands together. Exhale, forward fold. So you can take the hands up towards the sky, or you can just keep the hands on the lower part of the spine or towards the lower part of the spine. Inhale, squeeze those shoulders, lift the hips. Exhale, forward fold. Spread the toes, inhale, lift, exhale, forward fold. Wonderful. Okay, take the hands down to the earth. And take your feet to the back of the mat. Back into plank. We're going to work through our Chaturanga. Option for restorative Chaturanga, or you just move through your Chaturanga through to upward dog. Inhale. So flipping the toes, coming through to downward dog. Keep the heels high, lift the hips, roll the shoulders away from the ears, then lower the heels down to the earth. Okay, inhale, lift that right leg back and up and through to split dog. So you lift that right hip, externally rotating that right thigh. Okay, drawing that left heel down to the earth, squaring the shoulders, nice straight arms. Look down to the left foot. Inhale and exhale. Okay, sweeping that right knee through in between the hands. Perfect. Right foot at the front of the mat. Pop the left heel down as we come through to our warrior. Warrior one. So the right hip comes back, left hip comes forward. So the tummy button comes towards the right thigh. Okay, and now we sweep the hands up into our warrior one. Okay, extending the spine up, squaring the shoulders, reaching the fingers up to the sky. Gazes forward or up. Now inhale, exhale, hands come forward. Aim the belly button towards the right thigh and sweep the hands back. That's it. Now inhale, lift. Exhale, release. This should feel nice. Inhale, lift, enjoy. And exhale, coming all the way down. Okay, sweep the hands back up into your warrior one. And now we're taking the high pathway again. So that this left hand sweeps down. Wonderful. We straighten the legs. We turn the right toes in. Left toes come forward. Right arm sweeps down. And then we're facing the back of the mat, coming into warrior two at the back of the mat. Left knee is bent. Okay, right leg is strong, lifting up towards those hands. Inhale. Exhale, sweep down. Neck is long. Inhale. As we lift, we push through the left foot. Exhale, fold, coming forward. Hands come down and back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Wonderful. Inhale, lift. Bring the hands together. Hands come down your heart, center line of your body, all the way to the floor. As we step back through to plank, moving through your vinyasa. Keep the elbows tucked. Lower, sweep up, upward dog. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Remember, check your alignment. Draw down through the outsides of the bodies. Roll the insides of the thighs away from each other so those knees aren't coming in. Okay, draw the heels down to the earth as much as you can. Breathe in and out through the nose. Have a moment of stillness. Okay, left leg's lifting again. Inhale. Come through to split dog. Okay, lift that left knee. Draw that right heel down to the earth. Straighten the arms. And then square the hips and sweep that left foot through. In between the hand, warrior feet. Right heel comes down. Right hip forward. Belly button towards the left thigh. This time we're going to inhale, sweep the hands up and bring the hands together. Okay, just soften into the pose. Okay, so just gently bend that left knee. Straighten that right leg. Strong. Okay, then we're going to take the hands behind our back, clasp our hands. And coming into a nice hip opener here. Okay, looking forward, drawing the hands down towards the earth, the knuckles down towards the earth. Inhale, exhale, come forward, lifting those hands up. So you can just stay here, or you could think about taking the top of the head down towards the floor if you've got the openness in the hips. It's drawing the hands up to the sky. I'm somewhere in between, okay? So just do what feels good for you. Inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, folding. You can work into this. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. One more breath. Wonderful. Now I want you to sweep your hands back up to the sky. Oh, this is a nice thing, sweeping the hands up. Inhale. Exhale. Then now the exhale, we're going to take a right hand down, coming through the high pathway and coming to the top of the mat. So switch the feet round. Right hand to the top, right foot to the top of the mat. Sweep that left hand down and up. And here we go. Warrior one on the other side. Okay, left knee bent. Look up to the sky. Square the hips. Stretch the fingers. Take the hands behind the back. Draw the knuckles down to the earth. Look forward. Squeezing those shoulder blades. Drawing the navel. Okay, don't clench your glutes too much. Okay, don't put too much stress on the lower back. Now inhale. Lift. Exhale, fold. Drawing that belly button down towards the thigh. Lifting the hands up to the sky. Feeling that right hip, feeling the right psoas muscle just opening and expanding, releasing any stress. Breathe. You want to come towards your edge, but not over your edge, okay? So just work with your body. All asanas are the same, all postures are the same. They're all equal. Wonderful. Okay. Inhale, coming up, rising, pushing through that right foot. Sweep the hands up to the sky. Mind the picture. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale. Sweep the hands down to the floor. Right foot back to left. And we're going to lower all the way to the floor. That's it. And then moving into Salutation, Locust Pose. So untuck the toes, look down to the floor, bring the hands down by your side, palms down. Okay, so we're going to use the lower back muscles to lift our chest forward. Okay, so don't lift the shoulders. So we inhale, hands are on the floor, sorry. Let's inhale, lift, hands come off the floor, feet come off the floor. You might want to do a variation and bring the hands behind the back. You might want to sweep the hands forward. Ooh. See what feels good in your locust pose. Couple more breaths. Okay, release. Oh, see at all times. Okay, couple more breaths. Wonderful. Okay, let's come through to upward dog. Inhale. Upward dog. Good. Repetition is good. Okay, it creates a sort of neurological pathway, a neurological groove, you know, which your body and your mind enjoy. It settles into it, it enjoys. And we add change to the practice just to obviously keep it interesting. But repetition can be good for you, good for the soul, good for the mind. Wonderful. Okay, inhale, right leg lifts through to split dog. You know this one. Exhale, sweep through the right foot in between the hands. And left heel comes down as we move through to warrior two. So we sweep up into your warrior two. Ah, friend, the warrior two. Okay, so just make sure there's a nice distance between each foot. Okay, so you don't want to be too high. You want to come in, you want to work this warrior. There we go. Palms facing down, look over the right fingers. Soften the shoulders, maybe engage that left glute. Just gives you a bit of a lift. Now we're coming through to reverse warrior. So flip the right hand, palms facing up. Take the left hand, and I'd like you to take it behind you and place it on your right thigh. If you can, if not, you can place it around your waist. Okay, now we'll reverse warrior. Inhale. That right shoulder stays away from the chin. You take the gaze up to the palm, or if that's too much for the neck, just lower the gaze. Inhale, 2. Inhale, 3. Coming into triangle. Okay, so keep that left hand where it is. Bring the right hand down, palm facing down, straighten the left leg. Okay, so you have an option to keep this left hand on the thigh, or you might want to bring it up to the sky. Your choice. Okay, coming into Trikonasana. We come forward, staying high. That hand hasn't moved, it's just gone forward. Then we release. Hand down to the inside of the right leg, onto the ankle, onto a block. Block is good here, it lifts. Don't be afraid to use a block. Look up to the sky. Engage that left glute, popping that right hip forward. I don't know why, there's something about this pose that I love. It just feels good. Feels like you're working everything. Good way. Okay, more breath. Okay, we're coming into Arder Chandrasana, which is half moon pose. Go with that pose. And you can keep your left hand on your right thigh. Or if you want a bit more balance, which we all need at some point, just take the hand away. Okay, so if you have a block as well nearby, pop it at the top of your mat. Okay, so we're going to bend this right knee, hop that left foot in slightly, bring the right foot down, right hand down to the floor, and then we are keeping those right toes forward. We are lifting this left foot off the floor, straightening the right leg, left leg. Okay, and you will probably have a little wobble. No, we may not. Okay, here we go. I think it's the plant. Didn't guarantee the plant was going to be here. Okay, Left hand goes up to the sky. Left foot just flex, and you're pushing. Imagine there's a wall at the back of the mat, and you're pushing into it. Right leg straightens. You open the chest. Lift, open. You can take the gaze up to the sky. I'm going to keep it low. One more breath. Inhale. Now exhale. Take that left foot to the back of the mat. Ooh. And sweep back up into your reverse warrior. Okay, taking that left hand behind onto the right thigh, lifting that right hand up. Oh, that was a wobbly moment for me. Okay, looking up to the right hand. Breathe. Okay. Right hand. Release that left hand into your warrior two. Okay, now I want you to straighten your right leg and bring your toes in. So wide-legged forward fold. Okay, so feet are facing forward. Nice and straight. Lift from the spine. Release your hands. Okay, take your hands to your hips, and we're just going to pivot from the hips and come forward. So we're just coming forward. Okay, keeping that spine lovely and long. Take the gaze to the floor, pop the hands on the floor. Okay, and now this might be good for you. You also might want some blocks here, okay? You can have a little softness in the knees. Or we take the hands further back in between the feet. We keep the elbows tucked. I don't want to see elbows like that. I want to see the elbows coming in and then release the head. Okay, now this is the time to work into the stretch of the back of the legs. So you inhale through the nose, exhale, expand. Close your eyes, delve deep into this asana, okay? Soften the shoulders. Don't really hunch the back to get further to the floor. It doesn't matter how far you come down, okay? You just want to open the backs of the legs and connect with the posture. One more breath. Okay, coming up. We're going to come to the back of the mat. Okay, so left toes, we're going to come up. And then the left toes come out, coming into warrior two. There we go. Palms facing down. Okay, right hand comes behind. Onto the left thigh. Inhale, reverse warrior. That's it. Soften that right shoulder. Lift through the left shoulder. Look up to the right palm. Breathe, stretch, lengthen. Then take the left hand forward, palms facing down. Coming into Trikonasana, straightening that left leg, triangle pose. Option to take the right hand away, okay? Left hand comes forward. Wonderful. We haven't lowered it yet. Then sweep it down. Inside of the left leg. Look down. Look towards me or look up to open the heart. And if you wish, take that right hand up to the sky. You might just feel that in the right shoulder, that opening, that lifting. The left inside thigh should feel like it's stretching. Okay, opening and expanding in a really nice way, okay? And again, we're going to come into half moon pose. Okay, so you might want to take your hand back down to your thigh. Or you might just want to keep the hand free for the balance. Okay, looking down to the floor. Have a block if you need it. Bending the left knee, coming through to Arder Chandrasana. So we take the left hand to the floor. Okay, and then we lift. Straightening that left leg. Extending that right hand up to the sky. The left leg is straight. Right foot is flexed. Look. Breathe. Lift. Woo. Wobble. It just goes to show yesterday I was good. Today wobbly. always. Every day is different. You just don't know, do you? Oh, I think we're all the same, so that comforts me. Okay, let's come back into reverse warrior. Yay. Okay, reverse warrior. Right hand can come down to the right thigh, or it can come down to the left thigh. Inhale. Wonderful. Lifting that left hand up. Wonderful. Holding, softening that right shoulder, bending that left. Okay, come back through to warrior two. Draw those toes in again, so you're at your wide-legged forward fold. Okay, we're going to pivot from the hips. We're going to come forward, bring both hands down to the earth, and coming into a little twist. Left hand on the earth, right hand comes up through the center of the body and comes up to the sky. You look up to the sky. Keep those hips square to the long side of the mat, lifting through the chest, left shoulder above the left wrist, and opening through the right side. Breathe. And then right hand comes down and left hand comes up to the sky. Other side. You should feel the backs of the legs, psoas muscle opening again, the glutes, the hamstrings. Make sure that you are equal balance between the front and the back of the feet. Okay, so you don't want to be coming too far forward and putting pressure into your wrist. Nice little twist. Okay, left hand comes down to the floor. And then we take those hands to the top of the mat. Both feet face forward, right foot back to left. And we lower to the floor nice and gently. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to come into bow pose. Okay, so we're going to bend the knees. Bring the hands to the outer sides of the feet and the top of the feet, so the stronger part, the thicker part of the foot, the ankle end. Easily explained if I say the ankle end. So look down to the floor using the lower back to lift. Okay, we're just going to work into this. So I want you to take probably about 25% effort here. Okay, so I just want you to look forward, inhale, and just lift. You might not even lift the knees off the floor, okay? Just looking forward. And then release. Okay, 50% effort. Inhale, so maybe lift the knees. Try and squeeze the knees together. Push the hands in, looking forward, squeezing those shoulder blades. This should feel nice. And then release. So as we move into the upper half of the effort level, you can just keep it more restorative and just keep it at the 50% level, or you can really move further into the pose. Okay, inhale, lift 75%. Don't go for 100%. And release. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, the 100% or whatever percent you want to do. Your choice. Inhale. Okay, lifting the knees, drawing the feet into the hands. Looking forward. And release. Okay, release the hands. Place the forehead on top of the hands. Or hands in prayer above the head. There's some beautiful energy, lovely energy moving around the body at the moment. Some happy stuff going on. So just follow it. Just for a few moments. Okay. Inhale. Upward dog. We're going up one last time. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale. Downward dog. This time the left foot's coming up. Okay, inhale, left foot lifts. Open that left leg. We're finishing off our circle, our mandala. Exhale, sweep through. Left leg comes through. Right foot comes down. Warrior stance. Sweeping up into warrior two. So you will see the back of me here. Okay, if you're not facing the screen, just follow my words. You should have got used to this by now. Okay, inhale, reverse warrior. Just keeping the right hand on the right thigh, lifting that left hand up. Exhale, coming through warrior two, then through to extended side angle. So extended side angle, you can use a block to bring the ground up towards you. The left knee is bent, drawing that left shoulder into towards the right knee, right hand up to the sky. Option here to bind, which means you take the right hand behind you and the left hand underneath the left thigh. You look up to the sky. Your choice. Inhale, 2. Inhale, 3. Look down to the earth. Sweep the hands up through to warrior 2. Okay, we're going to flip the toes. Right toe comes forward and draw the left toes into an angle. Warrior 2 on the other side. That's it. Make sure there's a nice big gap between the feet. Inhale, reverse warrior. Soften that left shoulder, reaching through the right side of the body up, through to the fingertips. And then come through your warrior 2 into extended side angle on the other side. Looking up to the fingers, holding here or binding. Fingers or wrist in the bind. That left shoulder up and back. One more breath. Wonderful. Take the gaze to the floor. Bring your hands down either side of the right foot. Step back to plank. Moving through your vinyasa. So you might pop the knees down or stay high through, down and up to upward dog. Downward dog. Couple of breaths here. You're welcome to do child's pose. Okay, inhale, left leg rises, split dog. Exhale, sweep through, in between the hands. Right foot comes down, warrior feet. Back through to your warrior 2 again. Okay, just holding in warrior 2. Breathing. Wonderful, one last breath. Okay, straighten the left leg, toes come in. I just want you to hold yourself facing the long side of the mat as we come into our goddess pose. So we're going to bend the knees. So we're in a high malasana. Bend the knees, toes coming out. Bring the elbows wide so they're in line with the shoulders. That's it. And the window cleaner has arrived. Okay, let's come into Garuda arms. So right arm comes under left. Bring the backs of the hands together or bring the hands together. Go lift those elbows. I just want you to inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Okay, you might just want to come a bit higher if that's just too much for your hips or your knees. You can just do a little movement. If not, you can come lower. Inhale, lift. Drawing the tailbone down to the earth. Exhale, lower. Okay, coming up, untangle the arms, stretching out. You might just want to do a nice goddess pose. Okay, then left arm under right. Okay, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Oh, you'll feel this in the thighs. Exhale, lower. Draw the hands away from the face. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Okay, sweep the hands out. Straighten the arms. Right toe comes out as we come into our warrior 2. Look over the right hand. Lift through the spine. Make sure you're not leaning forward. Okay, sweep that left hand up and over. Come down to the floor. Pop the right foot back, and I want you to come into Anahata. Anahata, hips above the knees. A heart pose. Hands come out to the corners of the mat. Forehead to the floor or a block if there's anything going on in the neck. Draw the navel up to the spine. Knees underneath the hips. And breathe. Really feel your tummy, your belly button coming in as you breathe. Inhale, exhale, release. Little movement. Inhale, coiling in, exhale, open. That tailbone is just moving slightly. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, coiling in, exhale, releasing. Lift the gaze, and I just want you to come up onto your knees. Coming into our camel pose, so tuck the toes if you'd like to. Okay. You might want to fold the mat, just pop under your knees or pop a blanket under your knees. Okay, bringing the hands to the lower part of the spine. Okay, we have a couple of options here. So fingertips up or framing the waist. Draw the shoulders away and pop the hips forward and looking up. Staying here or coming into your version of camel, your full camel. Bringing the hands down to the heels. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Draw the inner thighs towards each other to pop the pelvis forward and take the gaze up to the sky or chin to chest. Maybe close the eyes and breathe into this. Such a strong pose. But worth it. Okay, wonderful. Come up nice and slowly untuck the toes. And just settle that bottom into the heels. Bring the knees together, hands on top of your thighs. Close your eyes. Soften the elbows towards the ribs and just enjoy. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to make our way down to the floor. Woohoo! Okay, let's just bring the tummy down towards the thighs, bring the hands forward. Make your way down onto your front and then onto your back. Okay, so just coming through to the final gorgeous Shavasana, but let's just do a little stretch first. Okay, you need to stretch. So coming, bend your knees, bring your feet to the edges of the mat, the sides of the mat, and draw the knees in together. Hands down by your side. Okay, soften the shoulders, spread the fingers. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, bring the knees over to one side. Take the gaze in the opposite direction. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, the other side. Just do this a few times. Be as slow or as quick as you like, okay? Your stretch. Do what feels intuitive to you right now. You might just want to stretch the legs out, point the toes, lift the hands, big stretch. Maybe moving one foot further than the other, so just popping the hips up and down. That's nice for the spine. Or you might want to come into Supine Baddha Konasana, which just means they're bringing the soles of the feet together. Yeah, it's a nice connection with the soles of the feet, letting the knees fall out to the side. You can even bring one hand onto the chest and one hand onto the tummy just to feel the breath connecting with that breath. And then you can stay here, or you can stretch out. Grab a jumper, put some socks on if you need to. Grab a pillow, whatever you need. Okay, let the hands be soft next to the body. Let the feet fall out to the side. Draw the lower spine to the floor. Close the eyes. And just be aware of the bottom side of the body connecting with the earth. Okay, feel the heaviness onto the earth. It's almost like two magnets connecting, holding you tight, cradling you. The breath is natural, in and out through the nose. And at any point through your Shavasana, take an inhale through the nose and out the mouth. You might find that it deepens that journey you're in, or that moment that you're in. I'm leaving you here in Shavasana.